The Game, unfortunately, just he can't escape this horrible reputation of being a liar. He's always been talked about as just always talking shit. You know one of the bad ones on The Game, when he acts out like he's gonna kick a freestyle and he keeps using that same rap, and this whole like collage videos of him doing it like 10, 15, 20 times of the same rap, like let me think, and then he goes into the same shit for years. You know what I'm saying? And I really do fuck with The Game, man. He's a great rapper. He's been an entertaining guy. He put on for his coast. He did a lot. Put out a classic. I think Jesus Piece is a classic album. The documentary is obviously a classic album. Shout out to The Game, man. But you got a reputation of just being a liar. So he does an interview with a Big Boy the other day, right? And he gives this story of seeing before everybody else and possibly wanting to sign Kendrick Lamar. And people are calling Cap. People close to Kendrick Lamar calling Cap. I seen his like security guard call Cap. I see a lot of fans calling Cap. Let's show y'all what he said first, and I'm going to jump into other shit with this guy.
Since I was a little bit, ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get Dot.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, no. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? And I was like, man, I got Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
I want you to do.
So when you say let me get Dot, are you talking about let me get him as an artist or as a feature?
Let me get him as an artist, because I already knew. I knew what he was gonna be. And nobody didn't understand it yet, except everybody that was around Top and TDE.
Right.
They knew. And I knew. And at first, everybody was saying how he rapped too fast, and it was going around the hood and all of that, right? And I was just like, y'all tripping. This is him. So when they was doing the when he dropped Section 80 and they was doing the thing downtown, Top hit me. I was in the bed, man, for some reason, watching like Breaking Bad or something. I was in the house, womanizing. I can't even remember her name, but she could be left for the movement. So Top hit me. He was like, can you come up here? We, Dog is up here, Dre is up here, Corrupt up here. Can you come down here? So I got in my car. I drove down there, and yeah, man, that's when the torch was passed.
Hey, man, and we see now, bro, like,
See,
that's the
thing about The Game, man. Like he just be coming off like he's making up the story as he's talking. It's bugged out, and I see everybody in the chat, like a bunch of people in the chat, just like this guy. Like he has the reputation for it. Now here's the reason why you see people coming out from Dot's camp and just calling him Cap, like Game, get out of here. Not because The Game is such a big guy that put on for the West, which is true. But I don't think Dot's camp fucked with Game ever since the Drake and Kendrick back and forth, right? Here was one piece of it. Him never fully picking a side or standing on the side, still maintaining his loyalty with Drake.
So yesterday, when I look at, what Dot did for the city, nigga, I personally thought that shit was amazing, nigga. He didn't have to do that, but he did it, nigga. And I thought the shit was dope. As far as my relationship with Drake, nigga, Drake is my brother, nigga. I fuck with Drake. Nigga, if I call Drake and I told the nigga I need this or I need that, nigga, he gonna do it. If I tell him my kids want concerts, tickets, nigga, they in that bitch, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father first, nigga. And my loyalty is what motherfuckers is loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? If you conspiring, hating, and talking shit behind my back, then it's fuck you, nigga. It's fuck you, nigga. And niggas know what it is with me, bro. I'ma stand on this shit and you can't move me, nigga, unless you move me. And it take a lot to do that, nigga, because niggas ain't the.
Now, mind you, in the midst of this rant, this was pretty much Game coming out and speaking out about not being or having an invite to the Pop Out concert. And there was so much buzz, and it was looked at as a historical hip hop moment. And remember those classic pictures that went viral at the end of the Pop Out concert when everybody is up on the stage together. And you just look at shit like that and be like, damn, like you got all these major players and people that's there, like I belong there. And this was part of his rant. And still within the rant, he doesn't choose a side. He still takes up for Drake. That's my brother, whatever. And Kendrick, obviously in the midst of this war with Drake at the time, he stood on that. He wanted people to pick a side because even Snoop ended up apologizing behind it. I didn't forget.
The word nephew didn't like what you did. What did I do? You played some music. What music? posted telling me I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go.
And I had to go look at I'm like, oh, that's cuz. So then I deleted it, called nephew, left him a message because he ain't picked up nephew. It's Uncle Snoop. I got the message. I apologize. I was my bad. I was on them edibles, man. I gotta be more careful.
They like, what he on? It's the Alpha and Omega. Welcome home.
Remember this. I mean, Snoop was humble. He was cool. That's the OG out there, but he's like, hey, I apologize, nephew. That's dope, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick called him out on a GNX album. Snoop apologized. You know what I'm saying? Pick a side for real, for real. Don't be posting no Drake song in the midst of this. This is about to get real, real ugly. But speaking of the game still, it's like, it just seems for years like they fuck with him, but they don't fuck with him. Like they tend to seem to keep him on the outskirts in multiple situations. Don't even seem like it's only Kendrick. It seems like it's Dr. Dre as well, who is one of the godfathers out there too. No?
The real reason I wasn't on the Super Bowl is because I'm not a safe artist. You don't know what game gonna do when you get up there. So it's just like he not safe. So they went with the safe artist.
How did you feel about it?
I feel like this. The Super Bowl is in LA, right? It's a Dr. Dre Super Bowl, but it is Jay-Z. But Jay-Z understands the dynamics of West Coast hip hop very well, right? And I don't think Jay-Z would have had a problem if Dre would have said, we bring in Game on the Super Bowl. Number one, outside of myself, I also think that YG should have been on the Super Bowl. If it was a New York.
People, historically, it's at least 3 times that stand out that he has done this, where people want him to pick a side. He's very, very West Coast. I mean, he's got the LA tatted on his face, right? But he's too universal at the same time. Here's what I mean. In this case right here, he's pretty much outing Dr. Dre while sticking up for the East Coaster, Jay-Z. The last example that we just played, he's pretty much sticking up for his relationship with Drake while pretty much ranting at why he wasn't at the pop out with Kendrick, West Coaster versus a non-West Coaster once again. And what's the most historic one? They say that it was pretty much the biggest piece of, or what started the fallout between him and 50 Cent. And some would look at that as the beginning of the decline of his career. That was his peak, allegedly, when he was G-Unit, documentary album, and all that type of stuff, before financial issues, before he tried to get into TV, all this type of stuff, because he was too cool with some of the people that 50 Cent don't want you standing next to. And that's how 50 is. Ain't no play in the middle, right? You gotta pick a side. Meanwhile, I think it was Jadakiss, right? Like, man, I ain't trying to diss Jadakiss, man. That's Jadakiss. We came up on the locks or whatever. They like, fuck them East Coast niggas, man. This is the West. What you mean? Or they like, fuck them niggas. Like, this is Kendrick. What you mean? Or fuck them niggas, man. This is G-Unit. What you mean? He's too universal with that shit. And it continues to bite him, you know? So here he is, you know, kind of shouting out Jay-Z while taking a mini shot at Dre. And I'm not reaching people because people look at it like Dre responded.
You on the show after the Super Bowl and you spoke about Game.
But did you see what Game said?
I seen him entirely, and that's his opinion. He got his view. That's my little homie. That's my nephew. We all a family. We all up under the Dre tree.
Crazy that Ye did more for me in the last 2 weeks than Dre did for me my whole career.
And was there anybody that you felt like you left on stage, or you was good with it?
No, I was good. It was perfect.
There you go. A 4th time, as a matter of fact. There's your opportunity to speak on Dre, and you throw this thing towards, Ye did more for me in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did for me in my entire career. The doctor's out or devil's advocate, like, what are we talking about? Like, Dre was essential in Game's music career. Well, I don't know. It's in Compton, but I'm all the way in New York on the East Coast. And I'm seeing this Dr. Dre cosign, this collaboration, this G-Unit cosign, and he happens to be nice too. Credit to Game. And I'm just like, oh, okay, let's watch this guy. He's got all this backing, all this cosign, all this push, and I'm in tune now. Like, what are we talking about? And even if Kanye West within the last 2 weeks gave you $500 million, that doesn't mean throw Dr. Dre under the bus. That doesn't mean not stick up for Kendrick when the time is. That doesn't mean shun you not being at the Super. Like, he just does it too much. So when you look at Game, man, Yo, even this year, the lawsuit thing has continued to kill him. He was in the headlines just like Nicki Minaj yesterday and the day before of his crib, because of the lawsuit, right? Allegedly losing or lost his crib. He still got that lawsuit that he lost, I believe. Can't really put out music without the wages being garnished, right? That's why he did his semi-retirement. That's why all these things supposedly, allegedly end up in other people's names, right? He's got that going for him. He's got all these relationships that we don't see exist anymore. Hell, we don't even see Whack 100 around him anymore. And we know when Whack 100 feels like he got something going on, whether it's a blue face or even a 6ix9ine, he is right on your hip. You don't even see Whack 100 really, he'll shout Game out or talk about him like in his storytelling or whatever. It's like he's over there in content world. We see Whack 100 making more moves than the Game. And that was your manager. Like he then became more of a talked about celebrity figure than Game in this latest era of the hip hop industry. So Game has been taking a lot of L's. I think he's had a lot of bridges burned. Especially on the West Coast side with powerful players such as like a Dr. Dre or a Kendrick, right? And then the Lion thing, it just continues to kill him. Even that was in the headlines lately. People, he put himself out there for features. You got shout out to Screw. People like Screw jumped on that and said, "Man, listen, ain't nobody hearing that shit. These be scams, man. I believe Game is scamming." I didn't say I believe that he's scamming. But that's even your reputation. People don't even want to give you credibility when you say, yo, hit me up, features for the law. I'm doing features for anybody. Everybody's like, yo, you're going to clear it? Is you giving everybody the same verse the way you was doing those freestyle videos? Game's reputation over the years just got fucked. Whether legally, whether rap-wise, whether network-wise, whether money-wise, his reputation got fucked. And he is a great rapper, one of the all-time greats from the West Coast. And he got fucked. And I just wonder, all these situations going left, do you ever look at him? It's not his personality. It's not the way he acts. He has nothing to. Remember when we broke down the lawsuit stuff of him taking a girl to the club and grabbing on her crotch and everything right in front of the whole venue and everything? It's alleged, but I'm just saying, is it you? I'm not an angel, people. I don't want to come off like this stream like I'm some perfect guy. But damn, I'm not doing this shit that Ray J does, and I damn sure ain't doing all this shit that fucking Game does neither. But shout out to them. It's fucking insane. I felt like pulling this one up. That's our two topics, people. But I felt like pulling this one up just off the theme of just classic lies. And I like Big Boogie's music too. I listen to his music a lot, but this was just so historic in the book of lies.
And they offered me like 15, some shit like 10 million or something like that. 5 million, something like that.
Wait.
A scholarship.
Okay, but not $5 million. They offered you $5 million to play the game.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing here?
Like, what for y'all? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was so younger, like,
wait.
I didn't know what it was.
Are you sure they offered you $5 million?
I turned it down. It was a scholarship, like, I had to go to school for this decade.
But you get $5 million?
Yeah. It was somewhere, it was in the millions, though.
Listen, man. It obviously worked out because you have a gigantic.
And remember, he got exposed for the whole briefcase worth of fake jewelry and shit. Shout out to Big Boogie, man. Like I said, I fuck with his music. But that he tried to explain it as if college is a record label. Like, I had to stay for this long. I got to deliver this many albums. Like, for all of you known and compulsive liars out there in the industry, if you're going to lie, you might as well get paid for your lies like Fat Joe. All right. If you're going to be looked at as like an ultimate cap ass nigga, get paid for it. Turn it into a thing like Fat Joe and Jada Kiss podcast. Other than that, you guys just be making fools of your fucking self. You know what I'm saying? It's insane.